Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. A reminder, as always, guys, on this beautiful Tuesday morning or afternoon for our European and Asian viewers, that there is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about these markets. But yeah, guys, hope you've had a brilliant start to the week. If you weren't able to tune in yesterday, I hope you had a great weekend. Time with your family away from charts or on the charts, who knows? However you need to enjoy to spend your time, on the weekend to yourself. But I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Tucker, Louie, and Jackus. Max is feeling a little bit under the weather today, so he won't be joining us. But maybe we can I think we got a doctor. We got the doctor in here as well. Nice. Perfect timing. Welcome, Will. I hope everybody on the panel, too, has had a great start to the week. But, guys, before we can start talking about the market, before we can start breaking down whether or not we think Bitcoin is, going to break through this resistance or not, going to need you guys to smash that like button. We always appreciate when you guys can do that for us. And, yesterday we did look at the soybean chart, or at the very least, we were looking at some obscure commodities. I think at one point we even looked at the Dollar General chart as a little change of pace. So maybe we give you guys some boring stocks now instead of commodities, since you're starting to like them. But if you could do us a favor and smash that like button before we get started, as always, guys, it's hugely appreciated by everyone on this panel. But let's talk about markets. I mean, Bitcoin is more or less challenging that high that it put in during yesterday's kind of around New York open. As you can see with the chart that Tucker has displayed, it's a pretty important level for Bitcoin here. This is a very clear and obvious level of resistance. It looks to me like the price action that we carved out yesterday, although it looked extremely bearish on a lower time frame. It has recovered, and we are once again challenging that resistance level. I have said that, I in the same way that we've been talking about Ethereum, once it clears 4,000, 4,200, you probably see altcoins start to really pop off. I think once you see Bitcoin reclaim 71, 72K, then you're probably going to see Ethereum, get that green light to start moving. So I really kind of view this market a bit as, beach ball underwater, and very much kind of like a domino effect waiting to happen with risk throughout the market. And that's not just true with crypto, guys. We've been talking about, I feel like we've been talking about the setup in equities for ages now. And it does kind of feel like it's finally starting to play out in a more substantial way, right? Like how often do you have a macro setup like this? I'm going to set the stage for you. You've got the dollar ready to nuke. You've got you've got rates ready to get cut and yields ready to nuke. You've got realized volatility looking like it wants to nuke off a cliff. You've got the MOVE index in the bond market also looking like it wants to nuke off a cliff. These are all of the signs that for a risk market are usually very positive over a multi-week, multi-month period. And at the same time, you have many, crypto USD and equity USD charts looking very primed for upside as well. So I think the full picture here is really quite positive if you have to, force me to have an opinion on it. But of course, we are going to be watching both the high time frame and give our commentary on that, as well as the lower time frame with Bitcoin. And on a lower time frame, this is a big level for Bitcoin. So we are watching it, and we are, eagerly anticipating whether or not it can break out, and of course give alts the extra added push they need to once again start trending up a little bit more aggressively. But welcome, guys. Happy to have everyone on today, and would love to know what y'all are seeing in the markets today.
I'm seeing 71.1. I'm seeing it in the charts, Tommy. I think
you're too bearish.
No. I'm saying in the very short term, Will. I think we're gonna
5 second chart,
brother. Huh?
In the 5 second chart?
In the 1 hour. We're high time frame for you. I guess for me. But
for you, there you go.
Yeah, for me. Yeah. No, I think we pushed through this. We had the classic New York Open fuckery, right? We had this garbage where they just pumped it and dumped it. So, but I think the real move could be happening right now, and we are. I won't say it because Bruegel in the comments thinks they jinxed me yesterday.
Tucker, you see this comment?
You can't open that with full talk and say 71-1. Yes, I can, Tyrell. It's good to have you back, Tyrell. It's good to have you back. But yeah. I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about it. Look at this. 1.76% in the short term. That would be nice. All right, that would be nice. That would
The
be
next 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah. I'm talking like the next 4 hours. Okay, the next 4 hours, like today. Okay, today. But I mean, the reason I say that and the reason I bring it up is because it's not even the high time frame argument of up or down is not even a consideration. Like, what are we talking? Like, what else am I supposed to look at besides the 1 hour and looking for 2% moves? Because this is going up. Okay, this is going up, and there's no reason to talk about it. Really, it's just like, yeah, like it's a given. This is good. If you don't think it's a given that it's going to go up, you need to study. Okay, you need to study harder.
No, you need to see a psychiatrist.
Yeah, you need to study 20. You need to study halving years and election years and liquidity cycles. I mean, it's too much.
Does anybody on the panel know the difference between a psychiatrist and psychologist?
One can prescribe drugs.
There you go. So the people that are bearish right now need to see the one that can prescribe drugs. It's going to help.
I don't even know which one is that.
All right.
Which
It's the
one
psychiatrist.
Oh, okay.
Psychiatrist prescribes drugs. So
it's a little troubling that you know that, Will.
I know a lot. Do you know the difference between an attorney and a lawyer?
Of course.
What's the difference?
You go ahead and tell me, though, as if I don't. For the audience's sake.
For the audience's take, the difference between an attorney and a lawyer is one can practice law, one just advises law.
That's nice. I like that.
I did not.
So one can actually defend you. The other one can only advise you.
So you want the attorney is the Chad.
Anybody know the difference between an engineer and a PE?
I don't even know what a PE is.
So an engineer can actually design plans. A PE can stamp them.
What does PE stand for?
Professional engineer's license.
Don't say physical education.
Do you guys know what they call the doctor who graduates last in their class?
Oh, this is gonna be a dad joke. What?
A doctor.
Wow.
Jesus. We need the market to go up.
I'm just educating the audience because people think I just come out here and spit shit, but
I didn't know that about lawyer and attorney. I thought they were interchangeable.
A lot of people do.
I always wondered though. I'm like, why is there just pick a name? Like figure it out. But
yeah, they're two different entities. A lot of people don't know that.
Dude, I mean, this looks so good, right? Like, does this not look good?
Yeah, we're going to range highs.
What are we talking? Like, what are we talking about?
The fact that they defended the lows yesterday,
makes
the Friday low.
Confident that they're going to take it higher from here.
Yeah, the fact that this held, man. I mean, I don't think I'm taking this off the table.
Hey, highlight crypto fanatics.
Oh no. Oh. Well, I thought you were about to attack the comments.
I deserve to
Doctor that graduated last is called a dentist. That's good. What is an Esquire, Will? What is an Esquire?
I don't know an Esquire actually. Not sure what that is specifically. So I do not know everything. But if you can educate me on Esquire, I'd be interested.
Will, you don't know everything. You're a LARP.
Yeah, my apologies. I could have sat here and tried to bullshit my way and try to look it up while I was trying to distract you guys. Oh yeah, I know what Esquire is.
Let's get into the charts though, guys. We're about 10 minutes into the show now. Let's get some productive conversation going in. Let's talk about Bitcoin. We can talk about altcoins or equities too, whatever you guys have on your mind. But I think locally speaking, Bitcoin, it does look increasingly like a higher low was formed on Bitcoin around 66, 67K, and that we are about to challenge for higher prices. But I think Bitcoin will probably lead the market out of the range, at least initially, before we see that bid shift to altcoins. And I'm talking about like maybe a few days worth of lag, not like multiple weeks, where what we've seen obviously throughout the last like 6 to 9 months. But I mean, we saw yesterday with Bitcoin dominance how strong it was. It's green once again today. I still think ETH and altcoins need a little bit more from Bitcoin before they can begin to start trending aggressively again.
Yeah, ETH still doesn't look bad here, but you know.
Do you know what's looking like shit?
What? Jackass, you
The
drew
dollar?
the line, bro. Look at that.
USDT
Oh,
dominance.
Man, Jackass, you did this. You drew this line.
I did.
Yes, you
And
said
I will
draw a
have
line. Yeah.
draw a line, and trading view line makes a bond.
Trading
is
view
what it
line
is.
make bounce. Yeah.
I will say this: if you could pull up BTC though, Haggard, real quick, you can create that same line on Bitcoin, or you could, right?
What?
So no, you still can. You still can. All right. So zoom that up a little bit. Get a little closer to where we are. So draw a line across those highs.
These?
Yep. Just at a sloping down angle. Yep. Yeah, there you go. So you have to get above that. If you can get above that, you're gonna move.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It's a matter of time.
I'll make it.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to show the audience so they know what to look for here. Yeah, I would just go with the highest high. Yeah. I wouldn't worry about capturing that one too much. You could probably angle the top one down a little bit if you wanted to. I wouldn't angle the bottom. I would angle the top to try and capture that middle one. But ultimately, the point being is that you need to get above that line. I think if you can break into 72, somewhere's in the 72K range, you'll probably shift to like 73, come back, retest 72, and then move, which will be retesting that trend.
I kind of think we could overshoot it a bit. I'm not going to lie.
We could. Yeah, we could go 74, 75.
75 even before we get that pullback that you're talking about. But I'm kind of seeing it similarly. And
Straight to 90, guys.
I'm down. Who says no?
Hey, if it God candles, I'm good with that too. I'm actually honestly expecting the God candle, but that's just me being overly bullish, obviously. But
we're pushing right now. We're pushing right now.
Yeah, 70.1. Let's go, boys. I'm not gonna say it because of Bruegel, but
if you did get that 71K rejection
yesterday, Tucker, in all fairness,
Tucker, I would say that's pretty bearish, at least short term, because if that 71K rejection would line up right with that trend.
Study the spider lines, brother. Study these.
The spider lines.
Here we go.
Study.
You watch too much Crypto Face, bro.
Yeah,
study. No, yeah, I'm not claiming these. These are not my creation.
No, I know. No, I mean, they're nobody's creation in reality. It's just picking a point and then setting up lines. So I think people have done it well before Crypto Face ever did it. It's just people who adopt it, right?
But nobody has done it as well as Haggard's done it here.
I just don't feel like there's much lineup there. If you're going to do that, there is an indicator for it too. You can just use that.
It's basically a fib fan thing.
Yeah, fib fan, exactly.
Yeah,
yep.
It's basically that.
Pick a point, fib fan off that point.
Yeah,
it needs to be that pivot point though for the market. Typically, a bottom or a top is a good place to fib fan.
It's kind of tough with this. How vertical we've gone. Maybe I should do it in log.
I'll tell you this: if you did the trend line up, you're pretty much lined straight up.
Yeah, the trend line.
Yep, you're almost right to trend right now.
Yeah, based.
And you could even bring it down to the low. No. So
this one.
Yep. And what I would say is, well, no. So not the bottom, just that second hump up. Just move to the right a little more. Get right there. That's where I would trend. And look how close you are to it. If the market really wants to, it could trade sideways a little more, another week or two. But you're not going to stay here much longer. Like you're gonna follow trend, in my opinion. You're gonna break out of this range.
I'm gonna delete ones that I don't like. That's what you got to do. You got to find which ones have been hit and which ones
I want
work.
to find which ones fit my narrative and which ones don't.
No,
Maybe
you got to
the ones
just.
that don't.
It's like fib. It's like drawing fibs, right? It's like which high, which low do I draw from? The one that hits, whichever one.
But tell me that trend line we just drew. Tell me that doesn't.
No,
That looks
nice.
that looks clean.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
a really clean trend.
Oh, that would be.
Yeah, if they want, how much longer would that be, Tucker, if they just ran it straight into trend?
End of June, basically,
End of June.
is when these like converge.
Yeah.
So that would be terrible if you just like did this.
I don't think it would, because that means that my altcoins continue to go up.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm
I
okay
feel
with it. I'm okay with it. Randy.
Look at this fucking candle, man.
But if you're bearish and looking at that trend line specifically, like either
Yeah,
you're blind,
You're a clown.
you were dropped on your head too many times as a kid, right? And there's some kind of trauma going on there. Maybe a loose piece of floating debris in your head. But like you can't be bearish here. There's no indication to be bearish here. I think that if you're going to be bearish, or at least you're going to look for the insinuation of bearishness, you need to break that trend first. You have to break that trend.
What do you call a med school dropout? Tell us, Y2 janitor. Tell us right now.
Tell us right now.
Tell us. Evan wants the Pump It Up song. Evan.
No, pump it up.
Evan's calling for 80K this week, guys. Don't fade Evan Casey.
Yeah, I think we're max a month out from a breakout.
Yeah.
These people that think that summer is going to be a lull are in for a freaking surprise.
Wait, is Tyrell being real right now?
That you
Tommy?
have.
Oh
What?
my God. Is
Is it about-
Tyrell being serious about USDTD?
I think he's being sarcastic.
All right, good. Like,
But maybe he's probably talking about it being the most bullish for USD prices, though, if I had to guess. If he's not
this,
being sarcastic.
I will not relent with Max on this. I hope he's watching, because this was
I hope he's
fucking right.
watching.
Okay, this was right. I told him, I said, put USDTD in non-log mode, and it literally called the top, and he was coping and saying that it only worked in log. Is what it is.
I still don't find as much value in the lock Fibonacci's and so forth. I feel the regular ones just do better job. I'm not saying to not use them, but
log fibs.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean,
It should be Confluence too, though.
you guys need to understand Pepe.
Well,
You guys need to understand.
I think
Go ahead.
log's perfectly fine on it too.
I know this is log. This is log.
Yeah.
This is the only fib that you should have drawn on
1, 6,
Pepe.
1, 8, boy.
Look at that. Look
That's
at
right.
it. Study it. I said.
I didn't deny it. I stayed
know.
quiet. That's all I did. I didn't say nothing.
bro.
I already knew what was going to happen here, and I still think it's going to happen here. Louis hit the nail on the head. I actually haven't seen a lot of TA guys who actually know this, but he quoted it too last night when I brought it up, and somebody asked me like, "You don't use log on shitcoins?" And I said, "No, I don't use log on shitcoins." And the reason for not using log on shitcoins is because shitcoins just don't have enough price history. Log is something that's intended for coins with long price history. It's not as intended for things with less price history. So if you got a coin that's been out 2 or 3 months, it may not work too well with log. But if you got a coin that's been out for a year or more, now log may come into play better to help you kind of figure out that expansion, because it allows you to see the expansion better. Because if you were to go to something like, for instance, Haggard, if you were to go to like BLX and you were to pull up non-log Bitcoin, it would just look like this weird, like sideways trending mountain ranges that start off really small in the background and get really big in the front, on the front side. And so log works better because of the price history with Bitcoin. But if you were to go to something like, I don't know, my kitty, whatever, right? I don't know if that's a real shitcoin. and you were to pull it up and it had like 3 or 4 months worth of price history, log may not be as favorable to that chart just because the price history really isn't there. What you should be looking for in shitcoins is impulses. What you should be looking for in Bitcoin and longer term coins, longer term assets is patterns, right? Price history patterns, repetition. So repetition is better in any type of coin with price history. Impulse is better with any coin discovering price history or creating price history. So if you take it from those two aspects, you can do really well in these markets. I'm really good at following impulse moves with shitcoins, which is why I do well on shitcoins. A lot of people are shooting blanks in the dark. I'm looking for that next impulsive move from the market, and then I get in, get out on the 1618 or much, much higher, depending on how it is. You know, basically that 41x banger we hit yesterday. Hey, can you pull up that chart real quick? Like, actually, are we allowed to pull it up? I don't know.
How does this work? Why isn't this working? How do I do this anchored VWAP?
It's hard to get a good anchored VWAP indicator.
Oh, how does it even like show up?
And
Why isn't it showing up, Tommy?
I don't know. I don't
Open up.
FAUSD, it's not. There's no volume on this chart. That's why.
No,
It's like a what?
Yeah.
Well,
That's probably.
Oh, go ahead, check us, my bad.
Study it. Study this line. This is I'm very glad. I'm very happy with this line that I drew. This diagonal right here. Clean, beautiful. I mean, there is no second best. Look at that thing, man. Look at
We
that.
did get a super chat there, Haggard.
Fibonacci.
Entertain that.
Fibonacci. What do you guys think of Telcoin? I mean, I don't know.
Bro, that's a coin.
Hold it
Will
up.
and I talked about Telcoin, I think.
I know. I remember it.
I'm long
Tell
tail.
USDT.
I got a bag of tail. I like
Dear
this a lot.
God.
This is a 2021 bag, man. This
Study
was one of
bag
the first
holder.
shitcoins I had that popped
Yeah.
off. It was right when I was getting into crypto.
I had
Yeah, I had-
people in telling me it was going to $1 in 2021. I was like,
I
must have got
fully
hit by a
believed it
car.
was
as a
going to
child.
$1.
I round tripped most of my profits, but I think I turned like, was it like $1,500 until like 20 grand? I was like souped, and then I sold it at like 10. But yeah, no, I'm still long tail. I got a nice bag of tail. And I like their narrative where they might have a crypto bank. Like they might be one of the first crypto banks. They work in regulation. I think it's
They do,
in,
yeah.
What's the state? Not
They're actually
Nebraska.
working with Canada, in case you didn't know that,
Oh,
Louis.
yeah,
As
saw
part
that
of the
too.
financial
Yeah.
system. Yeah.
Yeah. They got their hands in a lot of in all the right places when it comes to regulation and stuff like that. So, and that's payment sector, and I still think payments is a very very undervalued and underallocated sector that I think is going to catch a narrative here soon this cycle for sure.
Can
Good
we,
narrative, good unit cost. Good cold.
Hagrid, can we highlight Ayush's comment there?
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Even will.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Holy
You had to highlight that one.
Well made the list. But no, thanks, Ayush. That's amazing. We appreciate it.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Guys, what do we think of BNB? Because I was running a poll about 2 months ago, and I was asking
Remember
what is
that.
going to hit what is going to hit all-time high first? Is it going to be BNB, Sol, or Ether? And like everyone at the time was chasing Sol, so Sol had the most votes. But to me, it seems it's going to be exactly like that, like BNB first, E second, Sol third.
It would be pretty wild if ETH made an all-time high before Sol did, given the head start that Sol has had on the cycle, especially after all the hate that ETH got, including from myself. And I'll continue to FUD ETH because it's fun. But as I've been saying, I think the period of ETH gross underperformance versus other coins is probably basically over at this point.
I want to add real quick, Tommy. Look, I'm just gonna come out and say it, and I'm gonna say it every single time. Don't fade ETFs, guys. You saw what happened with Bitcoin. Like, do not fade the ETF. It will be detrimental to your portfolio to not.
Well, that should be like so obvious. The sky is blue, and they are retarded to be like, no, this is a sell the news event.
The psyop people, man, they psyop themselves. That's all they're doing. They're not psyoping anybody else.
And then they come into our comments and say we're gonna wreck people.
Look at BNB, bro.
Yeah. Who could have
My
foreseen
God,
that?
look
Insane
at that.
chart, dude.
So clean.
You really think Bitcoin's not about to do the
Cartel
exact
pump.
same thing, Anon?
Anon.
Yeah.
Anon?
And
Anon.
cartel pump.
That looks
Another one too, just to bring it up, Log had a nice little pump today too. So
I mean,
Looked it on chain.
I'm seeing some fantastic stuff.
Bruv, I have no idea what Evan Casey is smoking, man. Like he always tells me to do something that I'm already doing.
read your mind, Jack. This is reading
Evan,
your
when
mind.
are you coming on the show, brother?
I'll send him the link
Today's
When are
right
you
the day.
coming
now.
on the show,
Yeah.
brother? Last time it was at the pool. The time
Evan,
before
you
that,
don't
it
have
was-
to show your face. Also, he like sends his random pictures of himself in the Discord, so he's already doxxed. So I don't know why you wouldn't just come on, but you can just keep the camera off if you want.
we'll have him on someday. We'll have him on someday, Evan.
Real quick though, I think DOT and Telcoin look exactly the same.
I got a tell chart pulled up here if you guys want to just. I don't know who was
Dot's
asking
dope.
for it.
Pull it up.
No, I'm telling you, bro. DOT and Telcoin look exactly the same. Louis,
This is
pull
what I'm
up
looking
the
at,
DOT
Tel.
chart beside that.
Oh, here we go. This is gonna be
Do like
shit show.
a split screen.
Okay, I can do that. That's
Yeah,
the normie way.
Yeah. You gotta let people see it. They gotta visually see it.
But yeah, I don't think we are discussing enough the fact that every Bitcoin short now opened within the range just about is now underwater. So we're one candle away from 3 months of now all being underwater.
And
Tell
they
me that's
don't
not
have
eerie.
conviction.
Louis, tell me that's not
Huh?
eerie. Tell me that's not eerie.
The
Yeah,
shorts
no, I
don't
see what you're
have
saying.
conviction.
Yeah, it's right in the right spot for sure.
And then not only that one, XRP, same as that chart.
Oh yeah, I got an XRP chart too. Well, you guys have seen it already, but I don't know if you want to pull it.
Oh,
up.
Evan wants to see the XRP chart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Tel. Tel's got good upside here, man. Even back to all-time high, you got a 2,000% gain. Like these are plays that like a lot of people that are coming into the space, that, they're jumping into meme coins, and that's fine. But a lot of this stuff is just going unnoticed, and people are going to start noticing when we're getting back
Yep.
up toward these all-time highs, and a chunk of the moves are already in. So like looking for altcoins that are coming out of basing patterns like this that have a history of doing very, very exponential gains in the past. This is where you want to be looking.
I do not think, honestly, that Altcoin is heading to new all-time highs. I think the structure is very nice here for future price appreciation. Like I could see, 0.20 or something this cycle, but I'm not seeing all-time highs. Usually, when an altcoin retraces all the way back to the base from its prior cycle, it kind of has a hard time, and especially like when it has this much upside as Altcoin had. Like that's very important to say. Then it has a hard time of outreaching that one.
So, Jackus, do you think it'll form something like XRP did from
Like
its
that.
previous high? Can you point out those two highs real quick, just so the audience can understand what
Yeah.
Jackus is talking about?
So XRP, this was 2017, 2018, and then 2021. It did not even get close back to the old all-time high.
Yeah.
Granted, it did have an SEC lawsuit under, with
Yeah.
with
It had
context.
Yeah, but study bag holders, study supply.
Yeah, no, it's very true. It's very true. There's a lot of people that bought here and bought up here that are waiting to unload once price comes up here. So that's always going to be a fact. But I mean, this is more of a long-term hold for me. So, but I mean, this is eerily similar here too. These long-ass 770-day channels into kind of just a price expansion here. So we're basically at that 770-day mark right now. So if there's a time for it to go, it's coming soon.
I
I agree.
like
And I
Okay.
have insanely big bullish case for XRP for this cycle. and the
Well,
timing is aligning for now.
I think to your point, Jack, it's more of the compression move, right? So once you
Yeah.
get that lower low cycle, you can't get another lower low unless it's going to zero, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
in my perspective, this is the cycle of the breakout, which means it probably exceeds the first cycle's high, right? You're probably going to get up closer to like doubling the first cycle's high, maybe $6, $6.50, somewhere in there, because your expansion is going to be pretty insane, which is really telling. It lines up with the SEC discussion where the SEC is like, oh yeah, they're not really considered a security now. Yeah, well, not the SEC, but the judge considered that. SEC is still trying to fight that. But it lines up with all the narrative talks. A lot of people think you need the narrative to understand the chart pattern. You don't need the narrative at all. You just need the chart, right? The chart will tell you everything and where to get in and where to get out, all that stuff. And I think XRP is one of those also. I'm in full agreement. I think this is the cycle where it exceeds the first cycle's high. And once you get to that point, you're going to create a mania where you're going to get a bunch of top buyers pushing price way into speculation and then getting wrecked into the bear market again.
But
as you said, Will, the thing is I think you nailed it at the very beginning, where you said like it cannot have another lower high because the only destiny is either lower. But if we are at the face of the bull market where we are right now, and with the potential news that's coming in, then the only road is really exceeding those highs. So I think it's a good major to hold.
But wouldn't you say there's better RR and stuff that doesn't have a ton of overhead supply?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a 57-cent coin. Even if you get
which one, Tucker? And you have to.
I guess
keep
are we
in mind,
talking majors?
Yeah, we have to put in the same basket of coins. Like we cannot compare XRP, for example, with PCAT or so. It's an entirely different stuff. So.
True.
Yeah. When you're talking risk management, I do think XRP is one of the top potentials here, right?
And it's safe.
I think something
more
like
of a safe
Sol has
bet.
better RR, right?
You think something like what?
Like Sol.
Well, you really?
Yeah, it's exactly
$50 billion market cap, and you think it has better RR?
Yeah, XRP. What's XRP's market cap? It's
high. 25 billion.
Yeah, it's half a Sol.
Okay,
but I don't know that I think.
But Sol is usable.
Look, if we were discussing Cardano,
you can
I would agree with
shitcoin on Sol.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with XRP besides send it around. Right?
No,
but XRP is it's kind of like when people get into crypto, a lot of people you never expect to hear about crypto hear about crypto because of things like XRP. Yeah, I will say I'm kind of in the middle here. I think XRP is going to probably trade into the all-time high again. I am not expecting it to significantly exceed the all-time high, but I think like $3 to $4 is absolutely achievable this cycle. Just from a pure pattern standpoint, it's literally been in an accumulation range for how many years now at these prices?
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. You break compression. I have to imagine you're at least going to run 5 or 6 multiples on that. And that takes you back to the all-time high, right? Like we don't have to trade all the way up to $10 for that to be potentially a killer trade. And I think the added angle here with XRP is that, when you have a market cap that large, how many highly liquid 5 or 6 X's are there in the market? I think that's the value of a large cap is
Pepe, Caspa, Sol.
No.
I agree. I'm not saying I think that XRP is going to be a better hold than like a Pepe, for example, but I do think that you can.
It's a different risk mess.
Yeah, you cannot put Caspa in the same basket as XRP.
I mean,
Caspa definitely doesn't have the liquidity.
You absolutely cannot.
Okay, but Pepe has the liquidity. If you wanted to put $1 million in Pepe, you could do it with minimal price impact. You could.
Yeah.
Minimal.
Look. Here's the fact. All right. You have large cap, mid caps, and you have small caps. XRP is a large cap. I think the only thing that you can compare to that would be fair is anything within the top 10. So if you're like Solana, sure, I can discuss. I can get on board with that. Anything else beyond the top 10, I think it's not a fair comparison.
Yeah, just like you do not compare like Bitcoin, with something else. It's really Bitcoin. Like you can compare the outperformance of Bitcoin, and that is totally doable, right? But it's in a different basket.
Yeah, but for me, I'm like, I agree with the comparison arguments, right? But like, why would I even hold? Like, I hold a bunch of Sol, but like beyond that, like if I didn't hold a bunch of Sol, why would I want to hold a top 10 coin? Like if I think everything's going straight up in a straight line very soon, we're gonna break out, everything's gonna fly. Why wouldn't you just like full port Pepe or something? You know what I mean? Like, why would you want to hold?
But Tucker, let me point out your. I guess.
Well, you should understand this. You need.
No, I do, and I agree with you on the aspect. I would not buy XRP over shitcoin, but I'm telling you, from the aspect of somebody coming in fresh, they're gonna get convinced on some bullshit, and they're gonna buy it. And even though you logically can differentiate where value lies, those people cannot. They don't know where value lies. They're just going off what their buddy told them to buy, and they're full porting it. And I can tell you, 2021, I watched a lot of people get onboarded through XRP, and I think we'll see it again this cycle. I don't think you got to understand patterns versus logic. Logic does not exist in markets, right?
I think XRP is kind of that coin where the unit cost on it is low enough to where new people will see it and they're like, okay, this is clearly way cheaper than Ethereum and Bitcoin, but they also they want to invest in, utility rather than meme coins, which for crypto natives, meme coins are the sector that's always going to probably be the first to catch our bid. But with new participants coming into the space, I'm assuming later this year and probably 2025, there does have to be some veil of legitimacy to attract new money in. Like, they're not just going to, some people will come just to speculate on meme coins, and others are going to want to invest in, like every cycle, right, the future of finance. And if XRP has a great narrative, great marketing, and it looks cheap, people will buy it. But that's not to say that outperformance can't be debated.
I'll go even further down. Why would you hold more Sol right now than XRP?
Because I think it'll go higher.
You think that Sol is going to outperform XRP from here?
Yeah.
From here.
Okay, so Sol's at what? Sol's at 167 bucks.
Sol did like 800% already, I think.
No, I know. The meat of the move is done for Sol. I agree.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. That's what Jack is saying.
No, I know. I mean, that doesn't mean I don't think it won't outperform XRP though. So, I mean, if Sol went to like $500, that'd be a 3x.
That's my point.
XRP would have to go to $1.50. I mean, dude, okay, look, if they win their lawsuit,
you're starting to see that. I see that you're starting to see.
Yeah, but dude, I don't know.
You're doing the math there. It's just hard for you to. Yeah, I get it.
But for so long,
I know.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's exactly the problem most people have. Like, they'll look at it right now and be like, "Oh no, this XRP, this is shit coin. This is the worst trash, right? Like, I had it before, it did nothing, or I got hurt, whatever. I do not want to ever hold it again." Like, I get those feelings, right? But logically speaking, we know what's the answer. So,
all right. But all we should be doing here is charting like Sol XRP or XRP Sol. That's really what we should be doing.
No, but this is something I've proved time and time again.
It is.
Look, underperformance becomes overperformance. There's always a top between two assets, and then they start to level out. And I think that Sol has already topped against most assets. I think it will continue performing. I just don't think it will outperform a lot of assets anymore. Does that make sense?
A little bit higher, right here, and then I see it. Then I'll be down.
Yeah,
a little bit higher though.
But here's the thing: this is almost like using the mentality of BTCD. If you've been using the mentality of BTCD, you've been massively underperforming.
Yeah, but it is momentum is a dangerous thing to fade, right? Like, you don't want to just hop in front of a freight train.
I would arguably say XRP is nearly at the bottom of its massive expansion.
I know. I don't know if now is exactly.
And this is coming
time.
from somebody who owns zero, Tucker. I own zero.
I know.
I'm just looking at the two of these assets together, and I'm just like, the better RR is in the favor of what Jackus is saying.
Yeah, no, I know, and I know normies will probably buy it for some reason. I will never understand why, but for some reason.
My fiance's dad asked me like
Dude.
ago about XRP, and I was like,
Same.
"Is this guy really asking me about XRP before anything else?"
Oh,
Now,
man.
keep in mind, for the audience, I know we've been discussing this for a while. This is about trying to get you to understand like what the logic is of the general public that comes in and participates for the gambling end of the cycle, versus like what you can make money on. We're not advocating people go buy XRP or anything like that. We have nothing to do with it, no affiliation, none of that shit. We're looking at performance, and so when we discuss these things, it's more about teaching you all about performance versus like, hey guys, XRP is the next big thing. Everybody buy XRP. As you can see, at times we're making fun of people that are buying XRP, and at other times we are discussing performance between two assets and being like, XRP does have the better RR in these cases, but would I buy it? Probably not.
The thing, and listen, all the people shit talking it, they are always the ones buying the top and selling the bottoms. Because I've been through around for a few cycles, and I know how the emotions work there. And in the past cycle, before Doge really took off, I was saying it's a great buy, but nobody cared about Doge back then, and everyone was like, it's a meme coin, doesn't do anything, it's going to perpetually bleed lower, right? And then it started to pump, and then people still faded it. They still saw that like it's over. And then I even had people accuse me of shilling Doge, and that I get paid for shilling Doge, and they said it's not gonna do anything. And then it was just super quick. It just kept on moving, and then when it did like thousands of %, that's when people started to catch up, like the normies. And now the same people like think that Doge is a great investment and XRP is a bad investment, when it's like legit the other way around. I think that Doge is going to have a hard. I think Doge is very much bullish this cycle, but I do not think it's going to do the multiples it has done in the prior one, is what I'm saying. And that's coming from someone that's played the last one.
I don't know. I've gone back and forth on Doge a lot. I'll be honest. There is a big part of me that's like, okay, there's a huge supply overhang. What's the incentive for people and normies to bid Doge again, et cetera, et cetera? But I'll be honest, like the more I kind of simmer on it, I do think it's going to break the all-time high, Jack. Because I don't think it's going to run like 20x above all-time highs in the same way that it has in previous cycles, right?
No.
But I think that $1.50, maybe $2 range on Doge is a nice sweet spot that I would look for, especially if Doge. I mean, for one, the Doge to $1 narrative is going to be, it'll probably be powerful at some point in the cycle because it is still, the meme coin that retail has the easiest access to, not just on Coinbase but also on Robinhood. But also, I can definitely foresee a Doge futures ETF at some point this cycle that's going to pump the price. And I'm sure Elon will do some mumbo jumbo with it as well. But I mean, this is, to me, a prime example of when you talk about charts that look like, we were talking about it after the show, but like charts that look like where ETH was after DeFi summer into 2021, Doge is a prime candidate, man. I think Doge is going to slow grind up from here. And then in a few weeks, it probably starts to aggressively run. But I also don't know that I think Doge will, like, you probably see other meme coins run before Doge gives its like peak out performance.
I still ask Tommy, what is the what is the incentive to hold Doge this cycle and not, stuff like Pepe, stuff like Biff? Like everyone that wants to gamble on meme coins will hold everything else but Doge. And I'm not saying Doge is not gonna move up, because it will. It's a meme index. It's an index of the memes. But in the prior cycle, it was only Doge. It made sense. But this cycle, it doesn't. And the same people, this I see these comments, man. Like, XRP is terrible. Well, rather stick my hand in a blender than buy that joke of coin. Like, look at the sentiment. That's legit. That's legit the same people that will be like, oh my god, it's revolutionizing the world. They just got this Swift. They just acquired Swift or something. Oh my god, I gotta be in after it does 1000% probably, right? So I don't know. It's just cycles repeating, and I find it interesting how they keep on doing that. Like everyone is now jumping over like Ether and Bitcoin. When I gave the exact same fractals and they just played out till nowadays, when I gave them at the bottom, everyone was like, no, this is never happening because of this, because of recession, because of all of that. It was legit the same fractal, and you guys know the ETH versus Nasdaq fractal. Not only it was the same fractal, but it had the exact same levels there, exact same dollar values, and people still said no, and they still think it's not probably playing out till today. So,
Jack, is the problem I notice in this market is people always tend to look at something and they're like, how I look at it is how the whole market looks at it. And they can never think outside of the box of their own thought process and think that, hey, maybe there's a chance that other people could like this asset, or maybe there's a chance that this could appeal to people. They always look at it from, like, when we get people in the chat and they're like, oh, you're going to wreck people. That's because they got hurt, right? Somebody hurt them, whether it be their mom or their dad never coming home one day. Maybe a girlfriend that just left because they were underperforming. Like these are things that happen. In this world, like, people hurt you, but don't bring your hurt to the chart. All right. Understand that the market will do what it wants to do, whether or not you think it's logical or not logical. And so you have to think outside of these boxes that you tend to think are logical, and think about how people can spin this narrative. Like Altcoin, for instance, right, Louis? Like, I remember 2021, man, people that's always, we're going to $1, we're going to $1. Oh, well, if we get to $1, it's going to be this much money. We get to $1, and they target, right? And Dogecoin, we're going to $1, we're going to $1, we're going to $1. What they do, they wreck you at 76 cents. What they do at Altcoin,
Bitcoin, 100. Same thing with Bitcoin, 100K, like 100K. 100K is inevitable. What happened? Didn't make it to 100K. So that's just, be aware of that groupthink.
Hey guys, the boomers are buying. There's a premium on Coinbase versus on Binance right now. So
do you guys see this 4-hour candle right now, guys?
Oh,
it closes in 4 minutes. We need this thing to just pummel the.
We're gonna pop above. We're gonna pop above the highs for the next few days, in my opinion, and then you're gonna start to see the domino effect. ETH lags, and then ETH is gonna catch up in like one candle, and then altcoins are gonna catch up in one candle. It's gonna be just like traditional rotations that everybody loves to talk about. That haven't really been. I mean, like, you guys know the chart I'm talking about, right? Where you go Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, meme coins. Just hasn't at all been applicable to this cycle so far, really. They've kind of all popped off at random times, but sometimes on like a lower time frame, you can still get those little domino effects. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like with the chart. Okay.
The one thing I would tell the audience is don't psyop yourselves. Don't psyop yourselves. Like, don't bring your logic to the table here. Like, your logic is, yes, it may be logical, but just because you're a logical person doesn't mean the market isn't irrational. The market is consistently irrational.
This is a good one. This is a good one. Jackus.
I put money in both.
Pick one. Gun to your head.
Oof, that's a rough one.
Right now?
My puppets are looking at you while you answer this question.
Puppet, or pick one, Jackus. Pick one.
Gun to your head.
But
There you
is
go.
the question right now?
Yes.
From no. Here, I'll rephrase the question. I got a better way. From now to end the cycle.
Yeah.
From now to end the cycle.
STX or XRP, Jackus? 5, 4, 3, 2. Damn it.
He's looking at the charts. He already got shot. It's over.
It's over.
I legit gotta look at the charts. Like, if you don't, you're just gambling, right? So
Well, the gun to your head proposition is just more or less to pressure you to see how much you've been paying attention to the two charts.
Yeah.
Because if you've been watching, you
Yeah,
kind
you
of
should
have
know,
an idea.
Jackus. You should know off the top of your head. You know what the charts look like. I know
What, you
stare at these
can't
charts.
remember that super random bit of price action from 2004 on NVIDIA and how it compares to crypto charts now?
Jesus. That's literally you, Tommy. You're like, study November 2020.
That is some shit
And
I
I'm
would
like,
do that.
send the chart, bro. I'm not going to go look it up.
Here's my thoughts on this move right here, Tucker. You might hit the white line. You might underperform it. You're going to retrace probably 30% of this move and then break out.
Yeah. These equal highs are getting smashed and then like that. And just,
Yep.
scoop
You'll
that.
pull back a good amount here.
Scoop
So
that.
no reason to buy this or even long it. I would not be long in this.
Yeah, ICT, baby.
Take the all-time high before pullbacks. If I were market making it, that's what I would do. Run it to all-time high, give it like 2 or 3K dip off the all-time high, ETH pumps,
What,
Bitcoin
here?
grinds.
Or
Yeah.
you mean here?
No, I mean there.
do you guys think that STX BTC can do 500% up from here?
Yep.
STX BTC.
He said, "Yeah."
I didn't even look at it. I just said, yeah.
I don't think so, but
500%. Okay, 500%. So that's a, what is that, a 6x?
I'd be a wealthy man if it did.
Bruv. If that does that, I'm gonna be pretty salty because I didn't buy any STX at all.
Yeah,
We have
bro.
puppets.
Well, I mean, but that's not STX.
It is STX though. It's STX by proxy.
This is STX. That's why I'm asking though, because I'm pretty confident that XRP BTC is going to pull that.
All right, but
Hey.
USD terms, Jack, is USD.
Well, that's probably the same for USD then.
Okay. So you think a 6x on XRP?
Listen, that's the problem, right? Like, this is how normie thinks. Like, they think like, I gotta go all in on this or that. You know, I'm not.
No, I know. But like, if you had to pick one,
He's just trying to figure out
This is
which
just
of
a-
the
this is just a
two.
fun exercise, Jack.
He's putting you in the spot. He's putting you in the hot seat. Which of the two, if you only have one choice?
Yeah,
not
I
saying
do
not saying you
do not-
should do it that way.
Why should I be put into these hot seats, right? Like, I wouldn't. Why would I let myself go into a corner if I can go on a goal and score the goal, right? Like that makes no sense for me.
Plus,
agree.
I think it's
feel
good
like
leverage.
people put themselves in these boxes. Like, don't just hold a little bit of everything. Like, same thing with TA. Some people like, okay, I have this system. Like, got to be flexible. Why put yourself in a box?
I agree.
Again, I hold both because XRP is my big bet on the, it's a high cap, there's low risk, and it's a big bet not just on TA, but also on the SEC case and potential ETF though. Like the next two most likely ETFs are probably, Solana and XRP though. So that's something to evaluate as well. And STX is my higher beta to BTC, right? So like, I like both plays, and I have that's the thing. Like, I do not know which one of these two is going to get bid first. And I'm not trying to be the pretender. Like, some of these guys that came here, yesterday, and he was like, "Oh, I know exactly when the market is going to top. It's going to be Q3 this year." I'm like, you have no fucking clue. So I have enough respect from the market to know that I do not know when the top is going to come, and I do not know which coins, which narratives will be pumped first. So you have exposure to both or more, and then you start taking profits on the way up and rotating that capital, and that's how you win on the long run. That's how you beat the longevity game of the markets.
So I have we'll get that super chat in just a minute. I have a question then, Jackus. Which one?
Not to mention that they are not to mention that they are like different market caps too, right?
Yeah, not saying that you have to choose. I'll rephrase the question. If you had to pick which one would have the highest performance out of the two, which one do you think would have the highest performance?
I still probably think it's going to be XRP, man.
Okay, that gives a fair observation without having to do the gun to that big one, right? So he thinks XRP will have the better performance between STX and XRP. And I think, honestly, like, I'll give my perspective. I think that's a fair take. I know a lot of people are very bullish on STX, and I think STX will do numbers. But I do think STX will be capped on Bitcoin, right? And unless you think Bitcoin is going to go up exponentially, I can't really see STX super outperforming XRP. Because I think when speculation steps in, these coins that people keep talking about in the chat are going to be those coins that everybody's interested in. That's utility, right? I think everything comes back to utility, and we've talked about this, Tommy, when the belief stage starts to come back into play. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. That means that when you start to get normies coming in and thinking that everything in here is real and not a facade, they're going to start bidding utility. They're not going to start bidding your shitcoins like everybody thinks they are.
I have a theory on that, actually, Will. I kind of think it might be like
Tucker,
in
can you put
2021.
on my chart?
In 2021, you had like DeFi, the DeFi super top in May of 2021 after you had DeFi summer. So maybe we get like a meme coin super cycle top before VC scams. And then you have like a second high like we did in 2021, where VC scams ran a lot harder. Some of the things that pumped in the first half of 2021 never made all-time highs again that year. And so, yeah, maybe you have like memes blow off so hard over the next like 6 to 9 months that it does shift people back into like, okay, I want to start bidding utility again. And memes that's probably like the top on memes. But
the belief stage. The belief stage.
Yeah.
We did have a super chat though. If we want to highlight that, it is on. We have some very avid people towards Brett. This is very interesting. I tried to avoid it, but I mean, I guess we can get into it. Not saying that we dislike Brett. It's a consistent conversation, but we can definitely, for our super chat tours, entertain the chart. I think that's
cool. Is that the Brett on base? I assume.
That's what I would assume, yeah.
Tucker, I need you to share my screen, though.
Jackus, XRP, we're done with XRP, man. We're done with XRP.
No, that was the STX conversation.
Oh, okay.
We'll go to your chart after we answer the super chat, Jackus.
All right.
Let's do this. Yeah. What is the question?
I think he's concerned. There's going to be insiders on every coin, especially on chain. So if you're concerned about insiders, I mean, like they're going to be present on every coin. It's just a matter of, do you trust who the insiders are on Brett versus the insiders on other coins? And I mean, right now they're not dumping price in a way that is prohibiting price discovery. So that's what I would have to say on it. But I've traded this coin, so
I want to give the audience some insight, because I don't think they quite understand, and this will be some great insight. I think you can answer it best because you understand market makers quite a bit. When any team owns a majority of the supply, which is probably most coins in the space, right? What can they do to price if they own majority of the supply?
Well, they can nuke it whenever they want.
Okay, what can they do on the other direction? If
They can. So okay, yeah. Especially when you have perps that factor into it. I mean, think about it like this, guys. If like 2 or 3 people have 60 or 70% of the supply and they don't want to sell, then 60 to 70% of the supply aren't going to be sold until the market reaches prices where they want to sell, or they are forced to sell. So it's really that simple, right? Like if you have a lot of the supply, you probably want to sell it higher. You're probably OTCing. If you're an on-chain whale, you're probably OTCing some of your bag to real market makers to try and market make price higher. Obviously, you need organic volume to be like market makers can't just push price higher blindly on every on-chain shitcoin. You need volume, but yeah, I mean, I would say if you have a lot of the supply and you haven't sold it yet, or you've probably already taken profits and you're waiting to sell the rest of it at higher prices. But it's like anything, people are all in every market, guys, every single market. It's the greater fool theory. You're trying to sell to somebody else at a higher price. A greater fool theory is maybe like a bit of a harsh way to characterize it, but I mean, that's the reality of all markets. We buy things because we want to sell them to other people at higher prices. And, people who sniped early supply or got whitelisted are no different. But we can go over to Jeff's chart. What were you saying, Will?
Yeah, I just wanted to add one more thing to that. So all I hear people consistently say when they see, and I'm not saying owning majority of the supply is good or bad. I think it's bad in some ways and good in others. But market makers, even in the stock market and so on and so forth, they own a good chunk of the supply of the stock. They own a good chunk of liquidity. And how do they market make? They push price to a certain range and then distribute and then accumulate at a certain range, right? So the distribution is the top end of the range and the accumulation is the bottom of the range. And then if they feel like there's more interest, they will push prices higher. So don't always think that because somebody owns 70% of the supply, and again, with shitcoins, it could be a little bit differently. Sometimes it is malicious. Sometimes it is. But I can tell you the way bread is moving, you can tell that whoever's market making that, they understand what they're doing, and they're continuing to create demand for the coin. They're continuing to create ranges that make sense, and they're continuing to push the coin higher. Do I own any Brett? Zero. Okay, so if you try to say I'm a shill, you're full of it because I don't own any. But I'm just telling you how this would work. And so even though it may seem bad that they own majority of the supply, it also can be good because they can control the selling side of the supply too, because they own most of it, which means that if you could all be selling, but you own such a small position in that coin that your sells don't do any impact to the chart itself. It's actually the market maker, the person who owns the supply, that's creating the impact.
You guys know what it is. Oh wait, Jack is all right. Do this first, and then I got something for the boys.
By the way, after he does this, we got the super chat.
By the way, what likes we at? I might share something on EastBTC then.
It's bad. It's bad, Jack. It's 130. 130. There's 400 people in here.
Then I will not share EastBTC chart.
Wow. You guys let him down.
Wow.
You let the chef down on this beautiful Tuesday morning. How could you?
But yeah, I mean, this chart is looking absolutely fantastic. Like we've had the final, manipulation down here. This is now a demand. We are coming back to retest it, and I think we're gonna reclaim the range here. So that's telling me higher prices.
Study the deviation spring.
Mm-hmm.
Study the deviation. Study the PO3.
We got some nice higher lows there too. I do like the structure on that bottoming pattern.
Exactly. By the way, I had a PO3 on BTC, and people also laughed. They always do. Like I said, buy Link at 5. Nobody cares. Link bumps. I say sell Link. People are like, Link is going to go way, way higher. I say maybe, but maybe it just takes a breather. Guess what happens? Link took a breather. And I'm not gonna pretend like this works always. Sometimes you're gonna sell and price will just keep on pumping higher. But you wanna get interested here, not here. And that's where you'll see everyone like, yeah, but they are doing, this partnership and this partnership, right? So yeah, I like this one too, Will. It's looking very clean. I think this is going to play out. I had the same for BTC. Just cannot remember exactly which one was it though.
How's the like buttons? Okay.
Not good, Will. It's not
All
good.
right, let's just stop the stream. Hold on. Don't go any further.
Hold on, Jackus. I got to do this to him. I got to do this.
Yeah. I'll fund the tournament.
Oh man.
I need to see Dollar General.
Oh, you want DG? All right, there you go. All right.
This is what's happening to your Dollar Generals, guys. All right, this is an important part of the economy. It helps keep the flow of cheap products from China. And if you're not bidding Dollar General, I don't know what you're doing. So we're going to sit here and we're going to stare at this chart that never moves.
I full ported my net worth into Dollar General. We'll let you know how it goes.
Until the like buttons could go up.
What are we at? 170. We're going to 200. All right.
My God, look how slow this chart is. What is going on?
That's actually not bad volatility for a 15-second chart.
It looks like a stable coin. That's what it looks like.
Maybe because you're used to trading like the bottom of the barrel shitters.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Like I know people are gonna hate me.
If Will's price impact for $1,000 is not over 80%, he doesn't even want to touch the coin.
If I can't sub it and only see $300 in there, I'm not interested.
All right, we're at 175, 177. Is 200 too lofty? It might be too lofty. Because I don't.
This is ridiculous. We've been just dropping alpha this morning. Like this.
Look. Oh wait, no. I think we got liquidated on that.
It might not have been
liquidated.
On the Dollar General short.
He said, "I think we got liquidated."
Do you think Ken Griffin trades Dollar General?
Yeah, for sure. His little bots do, for sure. Hold on. What do we got? 181.
My God, how many views? We had 400 viewers, and we're at 180. Like, what is?
Wait.
By the way, Tommy, you keep saying that spaces are our flagship, but isn't it heated now? Like, we are starting to get quite the numbers.
That's true. It is something I've been saying, just mechanically, but this might be the flagship now. I mean, who knows? I hadn't even really thought about it, though. I don't know. We have a lot of fun on here, and I feel like that's why we grow so quickly, is because they just like that we just, we're authentic. We talk about markets, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So
it's the visuals.
And we keep on directing people with our correct calls.
Yeah, wrecking them. Absolutely wrecking them.
Hold up.
We did get a super chat. I want to get back to.
Yeah, he sent two. He wants Crow.
That's a Will's outlook coin.
Yeah, this is for.
Bro, I've been bullish on Crow.
There's the Crow macro chart.
Just draw the support there, Tucker. It's very obvious where the support is.
Exchange tokens do tend to run towards the later end of the cycle historically.
I like this.
I'm pretty sure last cycle was like exchange tokens were some of the last tokens to run before alt season kind of finished. So that also could be an indicator to watch and look for. So
be bullish.
I think there is one big problem with crypto.com, and that's that the US is now calling it digital assets. It's not crypto anymore. It's digital assets.
Oh, yeah.
They will have to
rebrand it. Yeah.
Everybody got used to or got sick of the Matt Damon advertisements.
Future favors the bold.
Dude,
that was a top.
Dollar. Jeez.
I still have my debit card though. I might have to start using that again.
Do you have the good one? Which one do you
I got the red one last cycle. I might have to upgrade I don't even know what they have. I haven't opened up Crow app in like a while.
They banned the debit cards in Europe.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow, and not the US.
From Binance.
Oh,
But like they banned it for everyone. Probably.
I'm still paying off my freaking BlockFi credit card. It's like if a credit
Why?
card
Wait,
company
why
goes
would you pay
bankrupt,
that off? They literally
or
went
like
to zero.
someone
I would
buys
never
again.
pay that off, bro.
Like that's what I was like. I was like, once I heard that BlockFi was going bankrupt, I was like, oh wow, like, I'm not gonna pay anything back. And then all of a sudden, I got an email like, we purchased BlockFi's debt. Like you pay us now. It's like,
You pay.
Take it up
you
with
tell him.
collections.
Yeah, that's what I would tell him. Hey Tucker, can I get the screen real quick? So yeah, I would say that's Crow. For sure.
Yeah, I like that on Crow.
yeah, I like that. I got lucky
So,
with BlockFi too. I had like
I need
50
you
grand
guys to
Bro, your Discord
Dude,
dashboard.
your Discord.
Look,
Will.
This is
Will.
go look at my Discord, guys. Okay.
Oh my God.
That's a DJ
Never
right there.
Look,
seen that before.
Will.
That's a real
look,
life.
just look
DJ.
at the price. Okay, just look at the price. All right, so you guys just see that, right? Check price, good price. 0.002 was when I called Jasmine out. I saw somebody talking about it in the chat. Let's look at that. Will's Outlook's call, Jasmine.
Oh, the Japanese Bitcoin?
Will's Outlook's call, Jasmine. All right,
Bro, this thing has actually outperformed a lot over the last.
It's been very strong. It's been very strong. I had an opportunity to buy it too.
This used to be the coin when I bought it. I've said this before on the show before you joined the team, but whenever Jasmine would start pumping, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely about to lose money because I'm only longing Jasmine at Pico tops.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks good, man.
brother.
Yeah,
definitely
it looks
looks
good.
good.
Now I think it has an actual fundamental catalyst in Japan.
Look at this. Look at
Study double
I
bottoms.
remember everyone hating on Jasmine like a year ago.
oh, now everybody's talking about it. Everybody's and look how much we're up.
Oh wow.
1,500%.
There's some alpha in there.
There's some alpha in there. In the
Buy what people are shitting on.
Everybody sit there and they think I only buy shitcoins. They think I only talk about shitcoins. No, I talk about a lot of things. I just mainly talk about shitcoins on the show. But I have utility coins too. So it's all about your perspective at the end of the day. And guess what? I bid this while everybody said it was going to zero. I was like, oh, this is a good level right here. I like this. What made me bid here? Did I shoot a bullet in the dark like most of you do? Not on the show.
Like most people.
No, I looked at RSI and I was like, oh, that looks very, very bottom. Oh, look, stochastic also very, very bottom. My strength indicators are telling me that this thing is very undervalued. I should start bidding here. And so what did I do? I started bidding.
Bro.
And what happened from there?
Sorry, Will. There is this guy instantly. Jasmine is shit. It is down 98%. Like
I didn't buy it at 98% higher. I bought it 1,500%.
exactly.
lower.
Like you present to people, you do not say buy up there, right? Like you say buy at the bottom, and then there is an opportunity here, and they would still be like, it's fine. 8% that is shit.
I mean, it's about to capture the entire move here. It's literally about to recapture. Like, while everybody's going to be telling you all to buy Jasmine when it's up here. Look how much I'll be in profit when it's up there. Buy it all. I'll sell to you. I will distribute to all of you. Buy it up. Listen to people who tell you to buy Jasmine up there.
That's when people will be talking about it.
Study Dr. Outlook.
Can you quickly study my chart? There is that PO3 on BTC that's currently playing now. It's as simple as this. But I need you guys to flip it. I see Tucker and Tommy
That'll
is
be
not doing
Tommy
anything.
or Tucker.
Sorry, I'm just.
It's funny. I was actually literally about to send Tucker a text, but
They were messaging each other.
What, Tommy? What are you gonna
Sharing
text
feet
me?
pics.
no, I'm just gonna text it to you.
Sharing feet pics? Is that what you just said?
Oh no.
Oh, okay, Tommy. All right,
That's nice.
you do that.
Yeah, it is. It's actually what I was saying, like live, because it's actually we can put the tweet out there. It's wait, how do I do that? How do I? Yeah, never mind. But that's wait, let me actually make a screen of it, right? So that like it's super easy. Everyone out there, like 99% of people are hindsight traders, right? They cannot call shit in real time. It's hard to do that ahead. That's why I do not see many people doing that. And usually when you do that, you get lots of people attacking you like, nah, this time is different. Nah, you have no idea what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. Right? It was as easy as this when we were approaching this. And you guys remember, well, it's all documented here. When I was saying that the moment we are going to have a monthly close above here, we are reclaiming this range. And this range is going to get sent. But because it's on a monthly, people kind of tend to forget it, or like, as usual, most people are right here on this time frame, or even like here, right? They're like, it's over, it's pumping, right? Forgetting the forest for the trees. But the moment we closed here, I was saying, do not fade this. We just had a major price range reclaim, and the price will be heading higher. I was calling that we're gonna flip this one, see a pullback. Wasn't sure if like we see it straight from here or whether we go higher, right? But like I saw the sequence of events that will be unfolding, and this is the nature result of that. So this was important. But the thing is that when you say that to people right here, and it depends, right? So like if you tell them this on a day where let's jump in on a daily, right? So if you were telling them this on this up candle, then they would be like, yeah, that's possible. Few days later, when the price drops, the sentiment would be entirely different, and they would tell you that 20K is coming, and they have, right? So you can post this same chart, and now zooming out, you can post the same chart here or here, and you see that it makes zero difference. But because people are so zoomed in always, here they would believe it, and here they would not. But if I zoom out, in regards to this chart, it had like zero relevance. So this is very important. And now, if we were to go back to what was it? To these charts, right? I have no idea which one I used, but yeah, it's the same, right? So I'm kind of front running that, and I'm obviously like there are more of these, which I'm not gonna share, it's on you. But the moment you're going to get a close inside, the monthly close, I would say rather, is going to unfold very similarly. The same thing was unfolding on Link. Right here, you had the same, right? Right here, you had the accumulation, and it took longer, and it could have happened. Like what could have happened is that we could have got the manipulation in December, right? It could have looked like this, but they prolonged it, and you never know this. And I was patient. I wanted to see a drop below this range into a support. When it did, people were saying Link is dead. Nobody cared about Link. It was super, super simple. The same thing, Tucker, Speaking of STX, right?
It's ripping. It's ripping, Jackus.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Who-
at 210.
Good man.
Who could have foreseen? Who could have foreseen?
Did
I was
you
telling,
long it on leverage, Jackus?
I was telling you right here when
Mm.
someone was sweating, what's going on? My
Of
bags, my
course I
bags.
was sweating. Yeah,
Who was that?
of course I was sweating. Look at it; it looked terrible at the time, but
I was
It
saying
is what it is.
PO3, man.
yeah,
Accumulation,
I know.
manipulation into a weekly support. You know that I kept on bragging about this weekly support, right? You know that. Let's get CR elsewhere.
Real quick on that PO3, can you pull up the RSI on that real quick?
Which time frame? Will
The one you're on.
daily?
I just want to see. Yep, there's the confluence. Look at that bull dip playing out live. Study bull dips for the audience. Study bull dips. That's the same thing Bitcoin did at the bottom. That's probably the bottom for STX, to be honest with you. You'll probably start building structure, moving back up.
Will, are you gaming right now?
Yes.
I see that on your.
He's not gaming. He is looting and ruining
He
someone
forgot he was
else's
sharing
money or
his-
work.
That's why I said yes. I was like, oh shit. I was like, let's see my game. But yeah, so Joanne had a point real quick. If I could just answer real quick, Jackus, while you're cooking that up.
Yeah.
She asked about Poon. I never called Poon with an N. I called Poo with an H. All right, that was one that I called. So if you're in Poon, I don't know what that is. So I don't know if you should hold that because I haven't looked at the chart. Outside of that, I would say Pin I did call, right? And Pin has not done much at all. It just basically died down, but that project is still active. Dino, I think they're funny as hell. I think that they're strong community, strong coin, so on and so forth. But I think that I am bullish still on Pin. I am still bullish on Dino, and I do think that Poo, which is creating an ecosystem kind of like Doge, I think that they'll do well too. So all those right there should be fine if that's what you're asking. Expecting massive upside, and let's talk about the elephant in the room, Tommy. Did you see the 41x from yesterday?
Did
You
you
didn't
call
see
it in the Discord?
Yeah, I called it in the Discord.
Man, I must have missed it.
I was poking Tucker with it yesterday. Did you see it, Tucker? The 41x.
Saitama or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the God candle where some idiot just dumps his entire net worth into
Literally.
everybody liquidated him.
Yeah.
Fat finger.
He's
You gotta
literally
love
down
it, man.
99%.
Fat fingers are the best advertisement for price.
Yeah.
Uniswap is pumping? No way.
Dude, SPX
Isn't it?
Jackus, you gotta stop what you're doing.
Oh my god, it is.
Wait.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's up 10%.
I meant charting soybeans for fun. Go back. Go to uni. Go to uni.
This I think is the key to everything right now, guys. It's gold really does look so bullish right now.
Why is uni pumping? Is it
What does look
news?
bullish?
For sure.
Gold.
For sure.
There must be news.
Gold.
Gold.
You read the newsletter?
I did not, but I've been looking at gold. I knew it looked bullish. It wasn't a key part of my thesis, but more of like an auxiliary part of my thesis. I mean, it's just like it just plays into so many. There are just so many different charts and indices and risk proxies that are screaming that this market wants to go higher over the next few months, man. I mean, it's just another piece of the puzzle at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean the way that I should probably send you the newsletter because like I really cooked there today. Like it was I overcooked by a lot. The devs did something and lots of alpha beans still there. So I cooked a lot on gold too, as alongside silver and everything. Yeah,
I
Louis.
might have to sign up,
Send it to me, yeah.
or just send it to me for free. But I'll sign
Oh,
up.
we're getting it for free, Jack. It's
I might sign up.
Guys, I'm sending you all, but you're still gonna pay up. Come on, guys.
Yeah, you got to support your friend's business, man. You got to support them.
You have to support your friends who have habits.
Yeah,
Right? You have to support their habits.
Jack has got a bad cooking habit.
Yes.
Can't shake it.
It's a good habit to have,
Oh yeah.
being good at cooking.
Oh yeah.
Any content.
He has an
No-
addiction to Cajun spices.
No real food though, only the charts.
Will, you know, my fiance's side of the family are all from like Cajun country. So whenever we had they had a family reunion in the spring, and they were cooking like low country boil. They brought crawfish up that I opened the cooler that they brought them up in, and I thought all the crawfish were dead, and I was about to reach for like, I was about to like reach and try to pick one up, and they started moving. I was like, oh shit, I'm not touching these things. And I grew up in the South too, so don't get me wrong. I'm not like new to seeing those kind of things, but there was like deep Cajun cuisine that weekend, man. Deep Cajun cuisine.
Was it hot?
Oh
All
my
the
god,
time,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know when you're having another one of those. I might have to stop by.
I'm gonna have to invite you.
Oh man.
Hey, Will,
I
check
love
this half
spices.
circle out. I mapped out the half circle on Bitcoin. It's playing.
You got the one on there?
Yeah, I threw it on there.
I was
figured it
telling
out.
people, man. You figured it out?
Yeah, I figured it out.
Like people don't get it until they get it, right? And then once you start to see it, you can't unsee it.
Guys, so what are we having here on BTC? Is this it, or are we just having another sweep and then this, or what's going on? I need to know.
Tucker, I think Louis wants
is it, man.
a chart there, Tucker.
Huh?
No, it's all right. You can let Jackus cook. There it is.
There we go. Yeah, let's
There's
go.
the
Oh,
half
look at
circle.
that. Look at that. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Study half circles. All right. We had plenty of those at
Nice.
below too.
Guys, I'm gonna wait. I'm not maybe. Did the
Oh,
guys panic? Did the guys panic like enough?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. What's the like button look like? Because if it's not good enough, we're just gonna close the stream.
I
Exactly.
mean, it's probably about that time, anyways. But we are at 217. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
We are
217 is
approaching
pretty good.
range.
From
Your
400 people.
standards are low, Tucker.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's not great, but
No, it's mean
It-
average.
It's just
doable.
funny, man. I remember in 2023 when we first started the show, we were literally happy if we got 10, 20 likes on the
Yes, bro.
show.
I was a viewer back then. I was a market check enjoyer.
That's crazy. It's so funny to think about, like OG
Yeah.
market days, man.
Yeah.
We're still just cooking every day. We are cooking up free alpha for you guys
Listen-
every single day for over a year. so.
Listen, Louis studied BB. He studied BB and he became
did.
BB.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we got range highs on deck here. Give me that.
Guys, markets, like, look, I'm looking across the board at all my shitcoins, and they look phenomenal. Okay.
It's time, man. It's time. Wait, let's pull up. What's the S&P looking like right now? Are we red? Oh, we're red, but
I think if you have friends telling you to be bearish here, they hate you. And I don't say things like that very
They do.
lightly.
They 100% do. And I would go as far to say they would probably put a pillow over your face while you sleep.
They just want you to be there, exit liquidity when you FOMO back in at the top.
yeah, this is going higher. Look at this volume too on that Friday move.
If
Yeah,
that friend that's bearish and tells you they're openly bearish, if you guys were both in a prison cell, they would try and take advantage of you in your sleep. It would definitely happen. That's the type of friend you have.
That would definitely happen. Well,
Nice
oh
wicks.
my god, bro! You guys need to study Carrot, man. Study Carrot.
Bullish and golf on the Dow. Get
Carrot.
respected too.
That's a good chart, man.
Who
Carrot?
could have forced?
Oh, carry.
I need to move this fib because
Is
it
this
is.
the best gaming VC scam to buy?
Yes, it is, Tommy. It is the best one you could possibly buy. Listed on Coinbase day one.
There
There
are so many gaming projects, man, and so
No,
many of them.
This is the one.
They haven't even launched a token. They raised in 2021 or 2022. They're literally just waiting for the perfect time to launch a token so they can just dump. If there's if you guys have been following a gaming project for like 3 or 4 years, they haven't dropped a token and they raised in 2021, ask yourself why that is, because there's no excuses to not have a working product out at this point.
Yeah.
Gaming on base. I know a good one.
This is a good coin, though. I mean, I know Tucker was begging me to buy into this. This is another one of those things like, oh, what's the that Squidward scene from SpongeBob where he's like, oh, Squidward, can I have another quarter? And he's like, I can't because I'm all out of money.
I thought you were about to reference the.
He's not poor. He's just fully allocated.
I remember getting frustrated with Max because I'm like, Max, buy this, buy this, buy this. It's gonna go up. It's like I don't have any money left. I was like, just buy it. I'm like, sell something else and buy it.
Yeah, Max is trying to get me to buy cash, but I'm like, Max, you don't understand. I'm fully deployed and I'm unwilling to rotate yet. So
gotta sell the unvaxxed sperm, man. I keep hearing it's the greatest commodity.
You know that's a token, right?
No, no way.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Taiga, if that's a real ticker, bro, I can tell you from personal experience, absolutely nobody likes that stuff.
It's 2 million on Solana.
What?
Unvaxxed sperm ticker.
Oh,
I wasn't even talking about that.
We absolutely should not be talking about that right now. I don't own any, and I'm sorry that just came up.
I was talking about something about powdered milk.
Huh?
Like nobody's drinking powdered milk, bro. Like if that's a ticker, it's going to zero.
Yeah, I literally did have to find money in my couch cushions to buy dinner last night. That's real.
My couch cushion.
This is literally real.
I'm gonna go sit on the street corner with a sign. We'll work for crypto.
Whoa! Hold on.
Need funds.
Oh man. Oh boys.
If Bitcoin, if you were to zoom out on the Bitcoin chart, literally just look at that structure, the range, and you were to be trading an altcoin, people would be balls long on that. It's just because it's Bitcoin that people are like, oh, like what's the worst it can do? Maybe pump to like low 80s. People think there are no returns in Bitcoin, and I think you're going to see that change later this year.
Bro,
that rhetoric, that sentiment. I think Bitcoin is going a lot higher from here. I was kind of in the camp like, okay, maybe it tops in like 90 to 100K range from liquidity constraints, and we have a second top. But I don't know, man. I'm kind of less certain of that now. And the more I've been sitting on it and thinking on it over the last few weeks, it really does feel like, no, we are actually still probably that early in the cycle to where Bitcoin still can produce that parabolic ascent sort of candle. But
I mean, what are we talking about though? Like a 2x from here?
Yeah,
No.
I think it's the safest 100% move.
More than that.
I mean, 150K. Like, what are you talking? Are you talking about like?
I'm not giving away my target. I'm not giving away my target publicly, but I think Bitcoin has a few multiples in it left. That's what I would say.
Oh man, a few multiples. He said.
let me
talking to Koosh.
I'm not Koosh, man. I'm like the answer.
No. Tommy's on point though. Look, Tucker. Let me get the chart. Let me
Pull it up.
Let me throw a little Snickers on it.
You got to pull it up.
Drop that alpha, Will.
With that little Snickers on it.
I know what you're about to drop.
Oh, yeah. I gotta go present. My bad. I thought I was presenting. What the heck? All right. There you go. All right, go ahead. Fill the wick. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Is that the
All right?
Finance US chart?
Hold on. No, I want to be pro though. So again, like, look. 1, extended law. 2, extended law. 3. And I think people think I'm freaking playing with this. This is an impulse wave. That's exactly what it is. Like, I can lay this out for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if we throw up the fib, and I've pointed this out many times, where is your 1618? It's at $177,000 Bitcoin. People can argue with it all they want. Look, I'm going to show you exactly why this works. We talked about this before.
Why so bearish?
2021 cycle, right? 2021 cycle. So let's go to a different BTC chart real quick. We'll go to this one. We'll get rid of this. This is 2017 going into 2021. Look, same fib, top of market, right here. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Let me get it from here. Top of market to bottom of market. This actually needs to come up a little bit. Let me delete that. So top to bottom, right? Hard stuff. Did we hit our target? Did we hit our 1618 from the 2017 Fibonacci?
To a T?
Yeah. To a T. To a freaking T. Look at this. Like, people need to be more bullish. Boom. Boom. Hit it twice. We're going to hit our target. We're going to hit our up here. We're going to hit our target. So if we do the same thing for this cycle, we literally go high to low. We get rid of this. We drop in the same fib. This is all you need. This is all you need right here for the cycle top. Boom. I mean, if you want to be safe, call it 170.
So bearish.
Call
So
it
bearish.
140 to 170, right? If you want to be safe. But this point,
Would that still be?
good.
Would that still be like a diminishing return? Like, does the fib account for diminishing returns, or is it like what's that percentage gain from the lows? Is it still less than what we got last cycle?
Yeah, it's not going to be as much. Like, if you look at this right here, it's always diminished. It's always diminished.
Right.
That's 2,000%, right?
Yeah.
And then we look at from here to here, it's 1,000%. It's half the gains.
That's perfect. That's getting hit.
I think you can
Literally,
also argue, though, Will, the fact that we're still talking about Bitcoin having diminishing returns is a sign of how early the cycle really is.
Yeah.
From a sentimental standpoint. And for me, I mean, maybe we do top at like 150, 175. But for me, I think what I'd be more looking for a top on Bitcoin, I don't have like a specific price, right? But I think when you're getting that like probably 200 or 300% move on Bitcoin within like maybe a 3 or 4 month span, that's a good spot to be looking for a top, in my opinion, rather than
Tommy,
at least how I'm kind of thinking about it right now. What were you saying, Jackus?
I'm gonna jump into this cycle top discussion, and guys, I will also refer to my newsletter because I discussed all of this there today. It's a very lengthy, data-supported, logically driven directional bias. You will find lots of logical explanations where we are going, and you'll see it there for yourself. And I do think that this cycle is going to be the only cycle where we will not see diminishing returns and we will outperform prior cycle. That's 15 That's 1,500%. That's what the BTC did in the prior cycle. So I think we're going to exceed it. It's approximately 240K. And I do think that's due to the fact that we are in a confluence of being in a commodity cycle. We are at the flip of going from early adopters phase to early majority. So it's still a lower market cap commodity for now, and this ratio will get smaller and smaller, and that is going to bring the returns for BTC this cycle. I think this is going to be the only one where we are going to exceed the prior cycle, because the prior cycle has been very diminished, very tamed, and I think this one is going to be vice versa. But otherwise, I do agree with the diminishing returns, of course. Theory.
Yeah, I can get on board with higher prices. I'm giving the conservative number here. I'm giving the part where people that don't have a clue what's going on in this market might want to start deleveraging into fiat, and looking to kind of hold on to that for the next bear market. The thing is, I think will come down significantly, whether it's 240K or 200K. Like, we're going to come down big from that in the next bear, in my perspective. But somebody said, Tommy, you said 90,000 and now 300,000. So Tommy said 90,000 is probably the next move. I'm pretty sure, if that's correct, Tommy, you can correct me. And then 300,000, I think, is what he's saying is what he thinks will be the next top. So it's a bit of a different context.
Well, I think for me, it's like, I never like to guess where I think the top is going to be, but I've always kind of been in the camp where, like, okay, we can approach the next move that I think is going to happen, and then macro conditions will kind of dictate where I think we'll go from there. But as I've kind of continually assessed I feel like the current setup in the macro is really just, it's kind of lining up perfectly here into the election and into the end of the year, where you have the dollar getting ready to giga nuke. You have yields getting ready to giga nuke in a way that's different from previous rate cut cycles. And right, we don't want to ever say this time is different and that the market will just shrug off a yield curve inversion, because we don't know that for sure. But
Tommy,
it is somewhat different from like a contextual standpoint as far as like why they are cutting rates. So to that degree, I would say that. But I also think just the overall macro picture is so favorable for risk still that it's caused me to fundamentally rethink where I believe we are in the cycle, to actually probably significantly earlier than I probably realized.
To your point, real quick, what is this red line right here, Tommy? Do you know?
Is that the tech bubble top?
Nope.
The Bitcoin halving.
The Bitcoin halving. What happened to the dollar right after the halving? This one.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. So this is the Bitcoin halving. What happened to the dollar after the halving?
Nuke.
This is the halving. What do you think is going to happen to the dollar right after the halving?
Nuke.
The dollar milkshake theory. We did promise.
Like, people have lost the freaking plot. Now, one other context, and then I'll kick it over, is that I wanted to add here is, like, this is your 1618. This is your 0, right? So this is the distance between the two. I put a fib between these two fibs to point out the 50 marker in here, right? The 50% line. So I'm going to get rid of that fib just for context to help people not see all the lines. This is your 50% line from here. What I think is going to occur in this range, you can see this is extended, right? This isn't really extended, because if we break out here, this was just a lull within the next leg. So this is where you had the circle top, right? And this is where everybody thought it was going to roll back down, but in reality, it was going to break out. And so if you were to draw like this arc, per se, here, it looked bearish, right? It looked bearish. And then you were to take that same concept here and you were to draw it up here, now we move to like bullish, right? Now, the point I wanted to get to is this lull is the same pretty much as this lull, with a little more dip. And so this was always one leg. This was never multiple legs within a leg. And so because all of this was one leg, this is the lull here, and this will be the lull here. And I think when I say lull, I'm LUL, kind of the hangout spot, right? So that's your 1 into your 2, and this will be your 3 into your 4, and I think you'll get an extended lull up here. And then you'll get your 5, right? And then I think you'll, from there, after you get your extended lull here, this will be like the 20K to 30K range. You'll probably stay extended somewhere in this higher range, right? Now, does it have to happen at the 50 perfectly? No, it could happen a little bit lower. Doesn't have to happen at the 50% perfectly. It's just the 50 is the hardest zone to break through. So I think you'll hit it, smack your head, and then pull back, right? And then you'll have this consolidation range before you break out. And from there, I think you'll move into like what we call an ABC formation high, which is basically the correction wave, A into a B into a C. That might bring you back down in here, might bring you up a little bit higher, right? Maybe you come back to your 4 wave or whatever. So this is kind of what I'm looking for structurally. And then I'm looking again for, you know, some kind of wave theory to kind of play out up here at the high, wherever that may be, up top here.
The real super cycle.
Just to quickly answer Louis' question, Louis player. So he was asking on my time frame on that on my thesis that I was sharing earlier, and I like, again, predicting the timing is super hard. Again, I'll be going level to level, but it's a directional bias based on logical facts that I have, and I would say some, I would say like the 200K sort of price area range would come in like end of the year or next year, and then the higher targets would come probably like in the next 3-4. But again, predicting the timing is super hard. It's more like I'm generally playing the commodities bull cycle that I see some people waking up to right now. Like, to me, it's been fully confirmed, but some people are waking up to it right now. And we are still in an early stage. And I'm going to play this cycle, this bull commodity cycle with it, right? If that makes sense. So as long as commodities stay within the bull market, you want to stay bullish on BTC because it's a digital commodity. It's not my theory or something. Like, I've been saying that for a long time, but you even had SEC and everyone confirmed it. So that says a lot.
I agree. And it's like we said yesterday too, guys. I mean, it's one of those things where, Jack, is you want to stay bullish until Bitcoin gives you a reason not to be, because realistically, if you keep trying to call a top all the way up, when the actual top does get there, you're not going to be able to differentiate it from any other previous time periods because you've been in this exact same mindset that you were every single time Bitcoin put in a local high. Bitcoin will generally show you where the top is. And I say this about meme coin pumps too. Like, if you're not looking for the top, it usually becomes significantly easier to actually identify one when it does arrive, because you haven't preconditioned yourself to be looking for something that hasn't existed yet. So that's what I would say about that. But I think this is a good spot to wrap us up here, guys, unless y'all have any more cooking that you want to do. We have been going for almost 2 hours here, so I think it's a good spot.
Just one more thing to add real quick, Tommy, and that's this right here. How can you look at this strength? How can you look at this strength? How can you look at this strength and say we're in a bear market? And I can tell you, looking at these tops, boom, 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 you should expect that you're going to come back and you're going to retest higher. You shouldn't be expecting to retest lower, because the strength is showing each cycle it's getting stronger and stronger. And that same strength top also signifies this direction too. And boom, there's your targets. It's not hard, guys. It's not difficult like everybody thinks it is.
By the way, to add to Tommy wrapping us up, guys, yeah, we've been cooking nearly for 2 hours, and this is every single fucking day. And I mean, that's a lot of content, isn't it? Lots of alpha being shared on a daily basis. So yeah, I suppose I'll let Tommy continue from here because he's an expert on this, also the native speaker. But I
I am
feel like,
outro or
yeah, I feel like that's, that's something. Like we could go daily for 30 minutes and be done with it, but like 2 hours straight up content every single working day.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely like I've said this before on this show, but I mean, if you are a regular market participant, you really do need to have, I mean, you don't have to have it, right? But I would encourage having a certain level of respect for people who are, willing to give their thoughts on the market every single day. Because, I mean, you think about how many people on Twitter like obfuscate, their trades, their views, their opinions, or
trolling.
give them every
Yeah.
day, only give them market extremities. So I think it says a lot that we are here every single day cooking for you guys the best that we can, and that we, as a bonus, that we have been right for really the last like 12 months.
No, Tommy, hell no. We've been right for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Like, love it or hate it, you watched, right? At the end of the day, but we're going to keep cooking for you guys. We're going to continue doing everything that we can, shipping out some of our brand new products, which, speaking of, I think it's a good time that I transition into those. All right. Yeah. What could those products be, guys? As you know, the first one I'm going to mention is BB Wealth Management. We have officially launched our brand new hedge fund. This has been something that's been in the works for a year and a half now, more than that, honestly. I mean, really since the literal inception of the company, it's been something that we have been working to get done for you guys. The back end required a lot, but as I always say, guys, a good general overview of the fund is we are a long short hedge fund run by the BB team, and it involves trading and investing in digital assets. Obviously, we utilize our experience and skills to navigate these markets in a way that takes into account crypto's historic propensity for upside, as well as the investment risk posed in any market. So if that is something that interests you, potentially becoming an LP, being involved with the fund, we do have more information. We do have more information linked in the description of this video. Just reach out to us via email and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can. If one of the things that I just said, resonates with you and you like what we've done on this channel. But we do have requirements and more information that we can get to you as well. But not to forget the BB Academy, right? Which hasn't been raised in price. Only you guys got lucky because Max got sick today. Otherwise, the price would literally be 300% higher than it is currently. So today, officially, is your last day to get the discount in BB Academy. And this is the last time I'm going to say that. If that is something that interests you, learning from some of our individual niches on the team, it's a great way to do it. There's more information in the description below. Really great. I mean, honestly, it's an exceptional deal as we head into a bull market. So that's why we have discounted it, is because we saw the opportunity ahead. But like a bull market raises price, so will BB. But right now it's $199. So, I mean, you literally have less than 24 hours to pounce on that if that is something that interests you. But moving on next, guys, to our programming. If you loved Market Check today and you want to come back, tomorrow we're live at the exact same time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every single weekday, it is the same. As you can see, guys, we cook on basically everything. Like today, we cooked on meme coins. We cooked on XRP. We cooked on Bitcoin. I mean, we covered a variety of topics. We'll sometimes talk about soybeans as well. No attacking the audience today, though. So kudos to Will for for not attacking.
In a good mood.
I felt like you guys were pretty good, though. You were pretty good, though, today. The panel was always exceptional, but the audience was pretty good today, guys. So shout out to you guys as well for being here. Our regular Market Check. Enjoy yours. We love you guys. We have a link to the BB Academy in the description of this video, or at least it should be. But finally, not to forget Market Talk, hosted by the legendary King Wabi. Timing may vary a bit more, but make sure to stay subscribed and followed to our Twitter so you can be notified not just when we go live on Spaces, but also when we schedule them. Wabi hosts a Twitter space for determined kind of by who the guests are. We have members of the team that'll get in. We'll have macro guys that'll be in there. We'll have meme coin guys that are in there. So it can take a lot of different flavors, but it's also a great show. So make sure to catch that if you're looking for more programming from us, and as well, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for videos from team members like Max, who send your get well wishes to him. He, like I said, he is feeling a little bit under the weather today, but I know he's excited to get back and talk markets with all of you, especially after what's happened so far this week, right? The market looks very bullish, but that is it from us, guys. We hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday. We did run a little bit longer as a stream today, but hopefully you enjoyed the content, because we definitely enjoyed cooking it up for you. But thanks again for tuning in. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks.
Peace.